anything hard is just a lot of small, easy steps to accomplish. Now, maybe this isn't applicable to everything, but in what we've been working on, it definitely has been. So let me just give you guys an example. If you've seen the video yesterday, there's been a lot of difficulties with the backend development and just getting everything to work out. So after like many hours of it just not working, I just took a step back. I was like, all right, I'm done for today. And although I wasn't actually actively coding and trying to figure things out, in the back of my mind while I was going about doing like working out or whatever I did yesterday, I don't remember, I was just thinking, okay, how can I break this down into bite-sized pieces and just make it easier to conquer. And after doing that, today I spent a couple hours and it worked. Now, not everything has worked yet, but that's because I'm just taking it piece by piece, and instead of trying to attack the entire thing, it's breaking it down to bite-sized chunks that I know I can complete and theoretically should only take an hour or a few hours. So the importance of taking big things and condensing them into multiple small steps that are very achievable and something you can wrap your head around is a very crucial part into stepping your way to success. Now, this isn't only helpful because it makes it easier and it makes it so that you're not looking at the big picture, although the big picture is important, but it also reduces the stress and anxiety and benefits you through like quick dopamine or serotonin or whatever you want to call it, where when you're working on something huge, you're only looking at how much you have left and not how much you've done and how much you're doing. When you take it into steps where you can really just like tangibly see each step and the progress you're making, it builds up momentum. And even just by like finishing the first thing, I was like, oh, let's go. Like this is more than I've achieved of entirety of yesterday. And it led me to keep going and build step by step and get closer to the end goal. Now, when you're looking at it, I need to complete this huge project. It's like, okay, where do I even begin? And you're looking at this thing, and then you might like switch and like trying to like multitask versus really focusing and putting all your mental and physical energy on that one point that you're trying to achieve, and then moving on from there. Now, this can only be done through planning. Now, it doesn't have to be you write out everything, although sometimes that does help. With this, it was just thinking and like reframing how I looked at what I was doing and what I was trying to accomplish, and kind of reworking it from, okay, what's the end goal here? What do I have now? What are the steps, bigger steps that it takes? And then what are the smaller steps I can take right now? And from there, you can do it. So it's not about knowing everything that needs to be done. It's more so cutting them in not necessarily equal, but equal in a way where you know you can accomplish it. And by accomplishing it, it makes the next step even easier. So instead of jumping around from thing to thing, multitasking because the entire problem is interconnected, you focus on one spot, finish that one thing, and finish it. However, sometimes, side note, you can't always finish it and you realize that there's something else you have to do, which is just another way of you finding out what the real starting point is. But apart from that, starting from that one spot and finishing it all the way. Once you finish that, then usually the next step becomes palpable and you know what to do because of where you started. And sometimes there's multiple starting points. That's honestly one of the most confusing parts about bigger problems is there's no one right way to start, which is another reason why schools shouldn't be teaching right and wrong, and instead there's a whole color wheel of options of it's not just black and white of this is right and this is wrong. In a big problem, there's multiple right first steps. And it's not about the step being right. It's about the mindset you go into it and how it helps you accomplish the greater picture. So if you're taking what is seen as the right step and it's just killing your momentum and not letting you focus on it, even though someone else might see that as the right step, it's not the right step for you. So figure out where you need to start to make the most progress and to gain the most momentum to then later on and to go finish the entire project or the entire bigger picture that you're working on. Just a quick video today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.